I'm just going to show you something real quick that we don't have the ability to do in visual body, but with these digital slides I can show you a real quick how to differentiate an artery and a vein. This has been another thing we would have did in lab. So what I have here on this one, it's one in one of the slide boxes we have here. This is the artery, vein, and nerve slide. So what I want to do is I want to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in on this lower area down here, and I can show you the difference between an artery and a vein under the microscope. Main thing that we were talking about in class before we left is about how artery walls need to be a little bit thicker and have to contain a little bit more smooth muscle. So this right here would be a little bit big there, but this right here would be an artery. So that structure right here would be an artery. You can see if I zoom in on it a little bit more, that kind of gets that little squiggly line that I was talking about here, what I always kind of call a hair scrunchie. It's because there is a lot more elastic tissue in the walls of these ones. The other thing you can see is this layer of smooth muscle surrounding that inner part of the artery. So the tunica interna, this would be the tunica media, and then you're getting out to the tunica externa right here. You can see the little blood cells in the center. So that shows you the thickness of an artery. The one thing you kind of see on that one, it doesn't collapse all the way in. So the vein is actually right next to this. And on the vein, this would be the vein right here. You can see a much thinner wall on it. You don't see that layer of smooth muscle nearly as much on that. You don't see that elastic tissue that gives it that squiggly look here, and you can see that it is much more collapsed than you would see in a artery. So this just kind of giving you an example here. If we zoom back out, I can show you a few other ones. This would be another, this big one in the center here, that's another, it's a much larger vein right here where that's collapsed out. There would be another artery right there, and then actually another artery right there. Small vein right through here. So just gives you an example, a few examples, trying to give you something where you can kind of see the difference between arteries and veins on these ones. And again, something I may put on as part of a actual exam on these ones. I might do some of these images and have you identify some of that when we just do the lecture exams. So just giving you a chance to see those ones. Here you go.